My parents were thrown out of a child's birthday party because they asked the stupidest thing imaginable. When people say they grow up without love, I don't think they experienced half of what I got. It was not as if my parents could not give love, they could not just give it to me. To them, I was not deserving of their attention. I was the outcast in my home just because my brother was autistic. I see many families who have a child that is autistic, but I do not see the parents treating their other kids the way mine treated me. There were only 4 in my family: my brother, myself, and my parents. Right from when I was a child until I eventually left home, I had always had to contest for my parents' attention with my brother. And guess what? He always won. What annoyed me the most is that my parents did not see anything wrong with what they were doing. They believed they were making the right choices and decisions by getting us the same thing every time because my brother threw a tantrum. They believed they were making the right decision any time they made me share my property with him just because he was crying. My parents could never allow my brother to cry for more than 30 minutes before they answered his beck and call. Meanwhile, I would cry for hours and get no response from them. Another thing that pained me was the fact that it was both my father and mother that were wrapped in this web. If I had gotten just a little bit of love and attention from one of them, maybe then I would not feel the way I felt about everything that goes on in that house. The worst part about the whole situation was that my brother enjoyed what he was doing, and he did not hesitate to show me that he knew what he was doing and was happy about it. There was an incident that happened when he was 6 and I was 12. My parents had got me ice cream because I asked for it, which was even a shocker to begin with, and immediately my brother saw that they had gotten me ice cream and he began to cry. I was upset that he was crying because that would mean I would have to share with him, but apparently that was not what he wanted. My parents actually asked me to share the ice cream with him, and when I did he was not taking any of it. What he wanted was to get his own, so my parents had to drive back to the store to get his own. I remained in the car, while they went in with my brother to get his own ice cream. By the time they came back, my brother had a smug look on his face as if to say he was satisfied with whatever they got him at the store. I did not care about the expression because I had my own once cream, but when I saw what they got him I understood the meaning of his smug expression. They had gotten him a liter of ice cream, something that was meant for a whole family. My brother licked it all happily with joy, and with a little bounce on his seat that angered me. It was as if he was trying to tell me that he got the bigger and better ice cream. I decided not to think too much about the incident while I finished my ice cream. This was exactly how my brother was, and my parents always sponsored his behavior. They never warn or correct him concerning this behavior. Most times because of his behavior I would have to be punished or I would have to apologize for his behavior because my parents never got around to doing so. There was an incident where I was punished because of my brother's behavior. My parents had left my brother and I in the park. I had desperately told them that I did not want to go. I wanted to stay at home and play games, but as usual my opinion did not matter to anyone. My brother wanted to go to the park. That was why my parents decided to drop us there. They had something to attend to, so they left us unsupervised. I was sitting on a bench at the far extreme end of the park. I wanted to stay away from everybody because I did not want to be there in the first place. It did not take long before my brother caused an issue. Apparently, he wanted to ride a swing first and another child was already in line. When the child got on the swing, my brother pushed him off and hurriedly climbed the swing. I was not in the vicinity so I did not know what was happening. The child my brother had pushed off the swing was around and started scolding my brother. He started to cry, and another child who knew that he was my brother came to inform me of what was going on. I immediately went to the place and started apologizing to the woman for my brother's behavior. It was as if the more I apologized, the louder his tears got. The woman took her child away and for the remainder of the day, my brother was sulking. When my parents came to pick us up and saw the mood he was in, they asked what had happened and I told them. I expected they would scold my brother, but when I told them what happened I was the one that got the scolding instead. They started questioning me and asking why I was not with my brother the whole time, and why I had allowed a stranger to speak to him that way. They were even furious that I had not tried to cheer him up after the incident. That day, I was the one who got the heat while the culprit was rewarded. Yes, he was rewarded.